Hello Total War Gamers, my name is Deacon and we are loading up a land battle in Warhammer 2. It's an online 3 versus 3. We are with all High Elves against a mixed bunch of Dark Elves, High Elves and Lizardmen. In this game are Joshua, a Highguard, Fade, Skullmaster 99 on the opposing side and Bell Age, myself and Chaz Tatum on our side. So let's load up the battle. I have changed the build again here. Same set of Lord and Heroes, 2 Spears, 2 Swordmasters and a Phoenix Guard. But in comparison to the previous match I didn't bring White Lines of Grace, but 2 Lowland Sea Guard with 1 XP and a single Chevron regular archer. And then the opponent I'm probably going to be deployed up against is the Dark Elves. Nope. I'm up against the Lizardmen here, who did not bring. Let's pause the game for a moment. There's not too much larger, save for Krokar on the right flank, and here's a Bastiladon, Feral Bastiladon on their right flank, my left flank. Then here, the Joshua Highguard I think is here with Teclis and a Noble. Both on mounts. They are on their left flank, but they're kind of deployed close to where I am. In the back some Pterodon riders, Vanguard deployed, which I think is the only one. And here the Dark Elves have been given assistance of Dark Riders with shields, and same for them. And then here is 2 units of Dragon Princes, three units of Dragon Princes on the far right. So this guy here in the forest is gonna face off against 3 units of Dragon Princes, 2 Dark Riders with shields, 5 units of cavalry, which is quite a bit. And then what is here? Black Ark Corsairs. I think it's tons of Black Ark Corsairs who can do pretty well. There's usually when you stick in this many, there's going to be at least one that racks up atomic kills. Then there's at least 1 unit of Witch Elves, 2. Here's another Witch Elf, 2 Dark Shards, and then here is Black Ark Corsairs with handbows. I don't get to see these too often, but I don't think they have armor piercing. That's why I never bring them, because Dark Shards without shields are a lot cheaper and have armor piercing, and I just prefer them. And these are Shades with great swords. Now, don't ask me where they take those great swords from. I think that it's in their back pocket. Anyway, that's the Dark Elf army. Lowland Sea Guard with shields. Oh no, just Lowland Sea Guard. And White Lines of Grace, Swordmasters of Howitt, and 1 unit of Spears. Then here, there's 1 skin cohort, 2 skin cohorts with javelins, and the rest is all Saurus, tons of Saurus warriors with spears and shields. So very infantry heavy. And this skin cohort with single gold XP, interesting. No Temple Guard, just 2 monsters. And here I am with my much smaller army. Let's kick in full gear. Let's review my allies as well. 2 Swordmasters of Howitt, 3 units of Spears in the back, Phoenix Guard, and here is Lowland Sea Guard, and then there's 1 unit of artillery together with a Loremaster of Howitt and a Noble. The Lord being mounted on a dragon, I think. Over here on the left flank, a prince on a dragon. And here is Teclis on foot, belonging to the army on the left, which has also a spare star dragon. 3 units of spares, 2 Swordmasters of Howitt, 3 regular archers. Oh, and another Swordmaster and spare on the right flank. So there we go. Let's see how lines meet. Of course we have these forward deployed Dark Riders here with shields. They are forward deployed probably just for scouting, because they're not engaging. But the Dark Elf army is moving along with the Dragon Princes. However, here from the rear, 2 units of Illyrian Reavers that are not going to do too much against this entire army. So they're kind of out of position, and If they were meant to be an ambush, they have been, the ambush has sprung quite early. This ambush unit is still in here, the Pterodon Riders, so they're not really approaching. I'm approaching, and so is my ally. So all the lines are meeting pretty fast. First here on the left flank, where right away there is flyer action. There's Dragon Breath being used to no effect, unfortunately. Here is Malekith on foot. Appears to be going in the mix, and the Star Dragons are here for. Oh, this is some nice damage on the shades there. The Illyrian Reavers coming in. Meanwhile, my spares have done some clipping work, and I'm trying to maximize the output of my range units, but they're now being flanked basically by these Saurus warriors. There's just too many of them, and then there's also the High Elf army coming in here. My ally is pushing in, but it's kind of like 2v1.5, because the 3 units of Dragon's Princes, which are most of the High Elf players' army here in terms of points, is in the forest, and I really want to keep my archers out of the fight here. Now here are the Pterodon Riders coming in from behind. I didn't see them coming, and fiery convocation on my archers, but it's been misdeployed a little bit. Now Krokgar is in my backlines. The Phoenix Guard is on top of him, which is a good match for me. But I doubt that I'm going to be able to hold him down there. So Krokgar is broken loose, and my Phoenix Guard is going to give chase, but of course they're not so fast. I'm also bringing back my Swordmasters of Hoth to quickly eliminate Krokgar, if possible. Now there was some wavering here. The Skin cohorts are of course the first to go. My heroes and Lord are in the mix here. And I'm training down my archery on Krokgar. So there's also Phoenix Guard and Swordmasters of Hoth. We'll have to see how that plays out. Now back to the center. My ally here his spares are wavering, his archers are withdrawing. The more Spearmen and Swordmasters of Hoth out of control or routing. So they're making short work of our left flank player here. Of course his flyers and dragons can stay alive for a while, but it's going to be tough. These Illyrian Reavers apparently have done some work, but the Dark Elf player is quickly saving his range to do some damage on the Prince here, which is well played by that opponent over there. This is Black Ark Horses with handbows, so plenty of damage on the flyers there. Now my center ally is giving chase with his noble to these Saurus warriors. The Lothern Sea Guard are being engaged, so the lines have pretty much met. The range has been drowned in melee. Krokgar is going down. However, is he going down fast enough? That's the question. There's Saurus warriors with shields in support. These Pterodon Riders with XP are hard to kill, so in spite of my attention, they are now here to try and save Krokgar from his demise. Then meanwhile my heroes and my lord are in here. I'm popping another heal, and fortunately the Lord Master is also being healed up. So him keeping these heroes alive is quite a strong combination. Now one of my Swordmasters of Hoth is still in there. So we're still struggling with putting down the Lizardmen though. The center High Elf player is pretty much dealt with. His last 2 units here are being circled, and for the rest you don't see many enemy. There's one noble here still, and the Teclis is still in here, but the rest of the High Elves is pretty much beaten, and half the Lizardmen too. But on this flank, however, there's still 3 units of Dragon Princes, and the Dark Elves have pretty much pushed back and heavily reduced all of our left flank High Elf player. Still a dragon, and there's still his prince on a dragon, but for the rest he's very limited in what he can still do. There's a Teclis in in hiding in the forest. I don't know what he's doing. And meanwhile they're targeting with their archers the mounted units here. Okay, three Dragon Princes on top of Teclis. It was like kind of asking for it, to be honest. if you're just keeping it. Now the lizardmen are pretty much routing, save for some units that are rampaging, that obviously aren't going to rout unless they have been killed off. Now this is mismicroing. I'm sending Phoenix Guard and Swordmasters of Hoth after a very diminished Swordmaster of Hoth unit. Apparently I'm confident that I'm gonna win this Krokar fight in the center. Oh, this is a Tackless. And I assume then that I've been able to deal with Krokar here. Now this is Tackless, he's moving away, he's being targeted by all these units, as you can see. Swordless Warriors still persisting. So there's a Noble and a Tackless, which is a dangerous combo, because Tackless of course has healing power. Feral Bastillodon is routing, being targeted by our artillery over here. However, Dragon Princes are now mopping up what remains of our left flank. And I'm assuming that Tackless here, yeah, he bought it. Of course, there's no way of keeping him alive without LS Lord has fallen. Oh, and it appears that the prince mounted on the Star Dragon, or was this Tackless? I guess that was Tackless. Do I still have my ally? I'm here trying to deal with this Noble, and I'm needing all my army to do that actually. So everything here is just gonna dogpile on this single Noble unit, and the problem is going to be dealing with the remnants of the Dragon Princes and the Dark Elves. And this Noble is ultimately going to rout off the field here, but he's going to be very persistent. We have uncovered hidden foes, wonderful. So now I have my spares not engaging these Swordmasters that are just, they've been standing here for a while now. Artillery is being charged by these 3 units of Dragon Princes. So they've hung back for a while, and they're now doing their mopping up duty. The only advantage is that I still have 2 heroes and 1 lord and magic all online. So I'm gonna try and keep my area clear of enemies and single out single targets to deal with. Now I see these, there's a bunch of Dragon Princes coming my way. So I'm gonna try and pull my archers into my infantry units. They're now running, but I've responded a little bit late, but anyway I gave them a march order this way, trying to get the Dragon Princes to engage along with their Tackless. This is the ultimate Dragon Prince combo, Tackless with 3 or 4 units of Dragon Princes. They went for 3 from the get-go. Now my archer unit is still alive, because he saw the threat that I had coming, and I figured I'm not going to give chase to these Dragon Princes because they can attack where and when they want, and I have infantry, so I instead focus on these Swordless Warriors, what's left of them, and I'm going to try and first eliminate the infantry that is threatening me, including this Noble over there. And my center ally still has army left to deal with the remnants of the High Elves here. So I'm dealing with the remnants of the Lizardmen and these 3 Dragon Princes and Tackless, whilst he is dealing with the remnants of the Dark Elves. Is basically it, because there's no more High Elves or Lizards on the opposite side. Now there are some units like this one, this one, also mine, unused. This is fortunate that they are in fact wavering. They're being shot because their numbers are being reduced, and they're now routing. However, I think they were being shot by this unit of archers, which is now being attacked by Black Corsairs in the rear. These archers, I think they're still firing. Or maybe I was even firing at him. I don't know. They're being ignored, and I think it's mostly because of other high value targets in the vicinity. Now these guys are now all routing, or some are shattered. So again I'm turning back to face this unit of Saurus warriors, because I want them all gone, and I don't want any rear charges coming my way. That's basically, I'm trying to keep this area clean, so that if the dragon princes come, I can turn about and face them without having to worry about my rear. But now they are pursuing, so I'm now going again for the infantry. I'm just picking my targets infantry wise, and then whenever they are in the mix, I'm giving attack orders on the dragon princes. These guys are down to 14. These are down to 18, 17. So I'm in fact switching targets in the melee. Now my ally is sending in Phoenix Guard, which is of course very welcome. And I was just giving chase here. They were rallying, now routing some of my Lothern Sea Guard. I was trying to get this guy off the field as well. Teclis again pulling out. Saurus with spares pushing back in, but I still have Phoenix Guard, 29 of them with leadership, because my lord and heroes are here. I still have healing going on from time to time. Of course by now it is spent, but these dragon princes, they're slowly being grinded down, and so is Teclis, and ultimately they are going to buy it, and we are going to take a victory here. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. But my full health Tyrion and my full health Lawmaster here, they're both just gonna keep dealing damage, routing these guys off the field. Phoenix Guard coming back in, and the Dragon Princes are gonna buy it eventually, and so is Teclis. And this happens each time when I load up one of these older replays. This has a close defeat. Oh, that's funny. Because I definitely recall this being a victory. But anyway, oh, strange. Anyway, there's fortunately there's 5 other players in here that are gonna remember this match, and I'll send them links when this video is uploaded. So if anyone has any comments as to how this battle played out, then of course feel free to chime in. Everyone, thanks for watching. Do subscribe if you like reviews and analysis of multiplayer battles. I'm gonna have tons more coming. See you next time.